Hi folks, we're live. I see John has already checked in on YouTube chat in Lower Early, England. A very wet Lower Early. Thank you for joining us. And if anybody else who's watching along on YouTube wants to let us know where you're watching from and your name, I'd love to see it. If anyone is joining us for the first time, I do have some people here with me on Zoom. If you ever want to join us on Zoom, you can join Patreon and join us over here. But these jams are available to everybody. And if you want to join us on Zoom but don't want to become a patron, you can join us for the Tuesday mixed level jams, because I do those on Zoom for everybody. And I think there's a link in the description box on the YouTube video, but certainly there's also a public Patreon post if you want to look at it to get those sorts of links. So if you are joining us for the first time, I'm going to put the chords on the screen. We're just going to make requests. We're going to figure out what people want to play, and we're going to play it, and we're going to approach everything from the beginner angle. So if you're more advanced, you can make other choices and challenge yourself as much as you like, but we're going to approach everything in these beginner play-alongs from the beginner angle, and that's how I will play it. So if you're following along with me, that will make it simpler for you. And feel free to let us know too in the chat if you're brand new to ukulele and you can only play, a couple of chords. That's fine. I always say there's no shame in just doing single strums on the chords you know until you're able to do more. So let's find a good song to start us out. I'm going to share the chords here. And everybody should be happy to know that I learned Firework since the last time we got together. So I think that's one of the ones we should do today. Because if you joined us last time, I kind of butchered Firework a little bit, so we can play it right today. Or rather, sing it right. I played it okay. It was the singing that I got wrong. But I'm just looking through here. Let's do this John Prine song, All the Best, for our warm-up. It has just 3 chords, and it's nice on low G or high G. Doesn't matter what you have. And we're going to skip all the fancy stuff and just play it really simply. And there are some practice with me videos that I've started posting with me going through the songs in my songbook and keeping myself fresh on them. This is one that you can find on one of those practice videos specifically from the beginner songbook. And I talk about the fact that oftentimes when we have and I'm going to rewrite this, I say in that video, and I haven't yet, but I still plan to make it a little easier to read for the beginners. But a lot of times when you have these kind of like, these C/Gs are actually not slash chords, if you're familiar with those, which is a special kind of chord. They're actually an indication to myself that I want to change quickly from the C to the G chord. But the nice thing with this song is you can just ignore those and just play the G all the way through. So what we're going to do with this song is we're going to play the G all the way through until we get to the D. And then we'll go back to the G here and continue playing the G all the way through this part until we get to the D again. So it'll make it even simpler than it looks on the page. And because this repeats, you'll get the hang of it as we go along if you haven't played this one before. But you don't need to worry about that slash in there or anything like that. Oh, good. I see Renee joining us for another of her lunch hours. Thank you for joining us. There's a little bit of something you can do here on the intro, which is where we can do some down strums and then play through the Gs. And basically we'll be playing the island strum for this song. That's that down, down, up, up, down, up. But when you see these single slashes in these instrumental interludes, we're going to do this. We're going to hit the C twice, and then we're going to play our G on the island strum. And we're actually going to have to play it 1.5 times, which really means it goes like this. G, and then down, down, up, and then C again. 2, down, up, down, 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 up, down. And then we just play a regular island strum on the D, and a regular island strum on the G. And that's part of what I was discovering when I did my Practice With Me video that included this song, was that I want to rewrite that intro again so it's a little easier for you to follow. But let's just go through it slowly, follow along with me, and then when I get this rewritten up, I'll do an update of this songbook and you'll have it. It'll be a little easier to read. All right, so let's try this. And if that all was just like gobbledygook to you, that's okay. You can just play the intro with the island strum. Let's see, what do you have to? You just have to play the G all the way through, actually, until you get to the very end with the G, D, G. Or you can just skip it and come in on the verse with us. All right, so let's try it about this tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. C, C, G. Down, down, up, C, C, G. Island, and down, down, up, C, C, G. Full D, full G. And we'll do one more G. I wish you love. are warming up on John Prime with me. Hello to JD who just joined us. Let's go back to the title page. As I said before, we'll do Firework today, but what other songs do folks want to do? What else would you like to request? And if you're over on YouTube, you can put it in the chat, and we'll do your request too. Cheryl, you have one?
I lost it. What is the one about butterflies? Sorry. Happiness is a butterfly.
Happiness is a butterfly. Yes, let's do that one. Great. This is a Lana Del Rey song. Okay. And I see in the chat Running Up the Hill. Yes, we'll do Running Up the Hill as well. So here is Happiness is a Butterfly, which is not a very old song. It was kind of a pop hit. And the cool thing about this one is that the chords aren't terribly difficult. Probably the hardest thing about them is if you're still learning the E7 or if you're getting your switches back and forth with that E minor shape. It's not always the easiest shape to do. But you can just do the 3-finger E minor. You don't have to play the 4-finger one. This is a 2-pager, but there's a lot of repetition in this one, and when we play it from the beginner angle, we're not going to do all the different kind of picking and everything that it says. I still like to sometimes do the single strum sections as single strums because it's easy for us to do as beginners, and also it adds a little bit of variation. But the rest of the song I'm going to suggest we do on the simple rock strum, which is written down here in the middle of the page, but we're going to do it all the way through anywhere that's not a single strum section. And I don't know why it's highlighting. There it goes, highlighting a little extra. For example, on the C chord, you would just be doing a down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Again, you can nod if that helps you, or tap your foot. And this song kind of goes with those pulses, so it actually kind of helps us. The lyrics will help us keep our beat. It's not terribly syncopated between the rhythm and the beat, which is, or the rhythm and the lyrics, which is nice. But we will start out, if you're not as familiar with this song, you'll get to know it again because it does repeat several times. But we'll do a little page turn and then we'll finish out the song. But no special chords coming up on the second page. It's all the same stuff, just kind of repeated over again. All right, so let's try this out. It doesn't go terribly fast, which also makes it a nice one for beginners to play along with. Let's try it about like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you want me or do you not? I heard one thing, now I'm hearing another. 3, 4, C. Dropped a pin to my parking spot. The bar was hot, it's 2 a.m. It feels like summer. I'm gonna switch to my strumming here. Happiness is a butterfly. Try to catch it like every night. It escapes from my hands into moonlight. Every day is a lullaby. Hum it on the phone like every night. little faster there, but you still just keep plowing through with your strum here. Hollywood and Vine, black rabbit in the alley. I just wanna hold you tight down the avenue. I just wanna dance with you. So the G just gets 2. I just wanna dance, baby. I just wanna dance. Here's the C, dance, baby. I just wanna dance. All right, go back to single strums here, same as the beginning. Left the canyon, drove to the club. I was one thing, now I'm being another. 2, 3, 4, C. Go down to Sunset in my truck. I'll pick you up if you're in town. I'm coming. Ah, ah. Happiness is a butterfly. We should catch it while dancing. I lose myself in the music, baby. Every day is a lullaby. Try to catch it like lightning. I sing it into my music. I'm crazy. If he's a serial killer, then what's the worst that could happen to a girl who's already hurt? I'm already hurt. If he's as bad as they say, then I guess I'm cursed. Looking into his eyes, I think he's already hurt. He's already hurt. I said, don't be a jerk, don't call me a taxi. Sitting in your sweatshirt, crying in the backseat. Ooh, 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 I just wanna dance with you. Same thing in the next stanza. Hollywood and Vine, black rabbit in the alley. I just wanna hold you tight down the avenue. I just wanna dance with you. I just wanna dance, baby. I just wanna dance. Dance, baby. I just wanna dance. One more F here, and then we'll do a single strum here. C. All right. Thank you for suggesting that one. I know it's like there's a lot going on, even if we do simplify it down to one strum, but that was at a slower speed than the song actually goes, and I think that that's a good reminder to us that will often help us to take it down a little bit too. But thank you, I do appreciate you suggesting that one. I also got some good requests in the chat over on YouTube, 500 Miles, and On the Radio, which is an exciting song, and the intermediate version, so I'm excited to play it taken down a little notch to make it more beginner accessible. So yes, let's do those as well. Let's do Running Up the Hill next. I put a different version of this in our mixed level jam with the original key, which is, you can play along with the original, but it's also harder because it's a lot more bar chords. So Running Up That Hill, I keep saying Running Up the Hill for some reason, but it's Running Up That Hill, and it's had a resurgence because they used it in a very dramatic scene in the latest season of Stranger Things, so you're hearing this one all over the place now. So I found that a lot of people teach this in a beginner way with these chords in this key. So it's not the original key, but it will work, and it's singable by most people, and so this is a fun one to do. And I also found that you can do the song pretty much just on island strums. So again, if you know the island strum, a down, down, up, down, up, which is written up here. You can do it on that. If you're getting a little bit more excited about doing other strums, and you can also try down, down, up, which we'll do when we split the measures anyway. So when we get to these chords that move faster, we'll just do a down, down, up for each one. I've tried to bold those in this song. But also you can play any of your variations on the island strum, or even that rock strum that we just played if you're wanting to branch out and do something else. Okay, so let's try this island strum. Let's do it this way. You see there's just 5 chords. Let's see, this one has a page turn, doesn't it? Yeah, so it does have a page turn, but it also will repeat quite a bit, especially at the end. So once you get the hang of it, you'll feel good about the whole thing, I think. So let's see, I think this is a good tempo for us. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't hurt me. Do you want to feel how it feels? Do you want to know that it doesn't hurt me? Do you want to hear about the deal that I'm making you? It's you and me. And if I only could, I'd make a deal with God. I'd get him to swap our places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that building. Say if I only could. Ooh. Here's the F, G. Singing it's harder than playing it. A minor. Here we go. You don't want to hurt me, but see how deep the bullet lies. Unaware I'm tearing you asunder. Oh, there is thunder in our hearts. Is there so much hate for the ones we love? Tell me we both matter, don't we? It's you and me. It's you and me. Won't be unhappy, and if I only could, I'd make a deal with God. I'd get him to swap our places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that building. Say if I only could. Ooh. Let's pause here and turn the page. We're almost to the bridge here. We're going to do one more little section like we've already played, but we'll start with this instrumental here. 1, 2, 3, 4, F, G, A minor. 2 of these. It's you and me. It's you and me. Won't be unhappy. Oh, come on, baby. Come on, darling. Let me steal this moment from you now. Oh, come on, angel. Come on, darling. Let's exchange the experience. Here's single strums. Oh. F, G. A lot of repeats here on this end part. Slight change to the vocals. And if I only could, I'd make a deal with God. I'd get him to swap our places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill with no problems. Say if I only could, I'd make a deal with God. I'd get him to swap our places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill with no problems. Say if I only could, I'd make a deal with God. I'd get him to swap our new to that song and you don't know the vocals very well, that's going to be a lot harder one to put together. And I would recommend just practicing the strumming and the chords and then listening to the original a lot and hearing kind of how she phrases it, or, you know, my cover of it or whatever you like, and then kind of putting the two together, because it is the rhythm of the vocals are just off kilter enough that it doesn't feel like it goes with something as simple as island strum, but it can and it will work. So you can absolutely play it that way. And if you want to learn the more advanced version, you can come to one of the mixed level jams and we can play around with that as well. And I'm going to try to get videos up on this one soon so that I can also have something for people to refer to. All right, so let's look at 500 Miles. That was a request, and this is a nice one. We can do some beginner finger picking on this one, or people can strum it, whichever you prefer. But I'm going to probably show you the finger picking since we haven't done much picking yet today, or any yet today, unless you've been doing it on your own. All right, so a couple extra chords, but we're still staying in the pretty much the beginner or beginner 2 chords, not too tricky here. And we're going to do one of our simplest picking patterns, which is just to go from G, C, E, A, and then instead of turning it back around, I mean, you can do this if you like, but what I want us to do here is just look at how many pulses we need. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the easiest way to play it is probably just to do G, C, E, A, G, C, E, A, and I'm on the C chord now. It'll sound nice in high G or low G. I'm playing on the low, but it'll sound just as nice on high. So we can do that. And then again, on this one, I've also bolded where it moves a little faster, and you're only going to get out 4. So you'll basically only be able to do G, C, E, A if that's the pattern you're doing on some of these bolded, on all of these bolded chords down here. The other thing I like to mention is that these special slash chords are optional, and I've written out the numerical notation, which means that, you know, you can read what fret you're on from G to A. So you could play these if you like, but you don't need to. You can just play, usually when you get a slash chord, you can just play the chord that comes before the slash. So you can just play your regular F or your regular A minor. Those are really just options that I've even only written in on the sheet a couple of times. You could play them wherever you like, that it sounds good to you, and you can always kind of spice up a song with them if they seem to work, but you don't need to worry about putting them in at all. All right. Also, if picking it twice is moving too fast for you, you can do it halfway, half time with us. And instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, playing the beats instead of those ands that I'm also playing when I play the 8 counts. So you can do it in a count of 4 or a count of 8. Or if you want to strum this one, you can do a very loose island strum, or you can do single strums, whatever kind of works for you. So maybe I'll start out with a very slow 4 count, and then on the second stanza I'll switch to 8, and you can either come with me if you're picking, or you can stay on the 4 if that's easier for you. Let's start with about this tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, intro. Too fast. D minor, G7, here's the C. C. If you miss the train I'm on, you will know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle to blow 100 miles. 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles, 100 miles. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Either stay slow or come speed up with me. Lord, I'm 1, Lord, I'm 2, Lord, I'm 3, Lord, I'm 4, Lord, I'm 500 miles from my home. 500 miles, 500 Tiffany is joining us from North Carolina. Welcome. I see Valerie too. Nice to see you in the chat, Valerie. All right, so now we're going to do On the Radio, which Renee requested. This is a great song. It's not as well known as some of the other ones in this songbook, but you know me, I always like to throw in some slightly more unusual songs. And this one is fun for intermediate players, but we're not going to make it intermediate today. Look at the chords, look how easy they are, and focus on that. We're not gonna go, wild with how we play this song. I think we can do it on island strum. And then if island strum starts to feel too easy for you, then you can advance on to some of the other techniques in here. There's some percussive sort of tapping of the fretboard that I do. You can listen to my YouTube video of this, and it kind of goes through the whole arrangement, including some picking where this song was done originally on piano, and so I've tabbed out some of the notes on piano that you can play, but we're going to skip all that, and we're going to just strum what we can strum. And let's see, when we get down here to the part where there's lots of riffs, we're just going to skip this one at the top of the second page, and let's see, when we get to the outro, let's see, I think that at the end of it, I'm just looking how it's written. I think actually let's just end on a C, because that's the key we're in. And so I think after this On the Radio part that we can sing and strum with, instead of all this outro, which is really more about what's happening on the piano than what's happening in her vocals, we can end on a C, which is just, you see this down here, that we would end on a double C if we were doing the plucking. So we'll just end on a strummed 1C there anyway, and it won't sound exactly like the original, but I think that's a nice compromise for us if we're skipping the rest of the elements. All right, so if you don't know this song, it's a kind of a really quirky song. The lyrics are quirky as well. That's Regina Spektor is sort of known for that. So enjoy. I hope it won't be too odd for you. All right, so there's no intro written in here except for the tabbing one. So let's just strum the C a couple times, about this tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, C, C. We'll do 2 more and then we'll sing. This is how it works, feels a little worse than when we drove our hearse right through that screaming crowd while laughing up a storm until we were just bone, until it got so warm that none of us could sleep, and all the styrofoam began to melt away. Tried to find some worms to aid in the decay, but none of them were home. Inside their catacomb, a million ancient bees began to sting our knees, while we were on our knees, praying that disease would leave the ones we love and never come again. And on the radio, we heard November Rain. That solo's really long, but it's a pretty song. We listened to it twice, cause the DJ was asleep. Here's the page turn, and we're gonna skip that little riff there and go back to our C. This is how it works. You're young until you're not. You love until you don't. You try until you can't. You laugh until you cry. You cry until you laugh. And everyone must breathe until their dying breath. No, this is how it works. You peer inside yourself. You take the things you like. You try to love the things you took. And then you take the love you made and stick it into someone else's heart, pumping someone else's blood, and walking arm in arm. You hope it don't get hard, but even if it does, you'll just do it all again. And on the radio, you'll hear November Rain. That solo's awful long, but it's a good refrain. Listen to it twice, cause the DJ is asleep. On the radio, on the radio, on the radio, uh-oh, on the radio, uh-oh, on the radio, on the radio. Let's see here. All right. It goes by a lot faster with all the little without all the little instrumental things, but I love that song. So thanks for requesting it, Renee. That was a great one. All right, let me go back to our shared chords and our songbook, and someone else can request another song. Oh, I said I wanted to do Firework, didn't I? I'll take a request and then we'll do Firework. Oh, good, Renee. I'm glad that version was right. Yes, as you get tired of the simplicity of it, then you can move on to some of the other elements. But I always like to start small and then work up to things.
I don't want to spoil the party.
Let's do it. A little too far here. There it is. All right. So in this song, you can practice your B7 alternate shape if you want, which is just like your E minor shape, except on the G, C, E string. Same frets though and everything. You can see how they line up to each other. And this one also I like because it has that slightly different intro, but I think it's beginner friendly enough that I always like to just talk through it before we play the song. And if it's too tricky for you, you don't have to worry about playing it. But it's sort of like we did with the John Prine song, in that we're going to play an island strum in this, and you can throw a chuck in if you like chucking. But then when we get to these single strums here, we'll just do a single strum. So you'll do a full G island strum and then a G7 and E minor single. And this is how that sounds. We'll just practice it a couple times before we actually do the song. So if you don't want to practice it, it's a great time to like get yourself a drink of water or something. All right, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, G, single, single, D, single, single, D, single, single, G. Let's do that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, G. From there. So that is how that works. The outro is it exactly the same? No, it's just almost the same, but we actually have more of just a regular island strum, and then we end on a single strum. So the outro is a little simpler even. And we're going to skip this optional interlude here where you can play the verse chords just by themselves as a sort of instrumental, but we'll skip that. So we'll go straight on to the end of the song when we get there. All right, so let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing for me question. Tiffany says, I always find it interesting how the island strum can be worked with a lot of songs. Yes. So basically, if you like the sound of it, the rhythm of the island strum will go with any song that's in 4/4 time. So if you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, which also means that usually if you feel like you have it in 2 or an 8, you can also fit it in 2 because mathematically those are related time signatures. But if you have something like in waltz time, island strum won't work. But for almost all of the songs that we hear popularly that aren't waltzy, then you could make an island work. It's just a question of whether you like the sound and whether you're in a group that's all strumming the same way and all those sorts of things that end up. And of course, even within the island strum, you can do it faster or slower. You can do it more loose. Cynthia will sometimes call that a swing island strum, like where she kind of relaxes the timing of it a little bit. So there's lots of different ways that you can make it work for yourself in a song. And I often hear guitarists use what we would call the island strum. They just might not use that language for it, but I think it's a pretty natural way for people to find the rhythm. All right, so here is Firework, which we tried last time, and I did not know how to sing correctly. But I sat down with it, and I did some more practice. And I've actually also made some changes to this song sheet, which I haven't had time to upload yet. So I will make an updated version of this, too, with a few changes I want to make it easier for us to play and sing. Basically, this song is not in the same key as Katy Perry's original. It's in a key that's easier to play. But I also find it makes it a little easier to sing because it doesn't go quite as high at the top as Katy Perry's version of it does. So you could, of course, transpose this and try it in different keys. But I think this key is a nice one for most people, hopefully still being able to hit at least the middle of the song. It still gets a kind of high, but not as high as the original. Okay, and I also determined that our starting note for singing is the B that we're playing on the A string, which and when we play the G chord, the second fret of the A string, except down the octave. So instead of way up there, you'd be singing la, do. That's our starting note for this song. So you could do this one with an island strum too, but let's just try it with the rock strum as I have it written here, or if you want to do island while I do rock, if that doesn't confuse you, you're welcome to do that too. There's only going to be, let's see, when I rewrite this, I'm going to make a little section in here with single strums, but we can just keep doing island strum all the way through it, just for ease of playing it today. We won't go too fast. This song can go faster, but we'll do it a little under tempo to keep it easier to get through, especially for people who don't know this song. Because as I said last time, this was requested for me to learn and write up an arrangement by an 11-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 7-year-old. They were really into this song, so that's who I wrote it up for. So I know not everybody knows it, as I didn't, although I had heard it. All right, so let's do it about this tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, G, A minor, E minor. Let's do one more of those. G. This is the intro again. We'll sing it here. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel single strum here. I'm kind of thinking I might leave it on the C though, because I like how it sort of floats off into space if we end on the C there. So I might change that as well. All right. Thanks for returning to Firework with me. Alan, I love the pup on your screen. Very cute. Oh, a couple of them. How wonderful. Yay. All right, let's see. We have a couple more requests to round out our session today. Time probably for 2 more. Unless it's American Pie. Then we have time for 1 more.
Island style, Jenny?
Oh, great. We haven't done that one in a while.
Yeah,
Great suggestion, Rick. Thank you.
long time.
Yeah. All right, here. Going down to Island style. This is a Cynthia Lynn arrangement. It's very nice and not terribly difficult to play. This is another one we can play with the island strum, which is very appropriate for this song as it is a song about Hawaii. And also it will have some of these split measures, which Cynthia indicates with these brackets, which means that we'll just play down, down, up on each of those chords. If you don't know the song, it's not hard to pick up. It mostly will repeat the chorus twice each time we do it. We'll do it twice through, and then it has just 2 verses, and the ending is just more of the chorus that we've already played. So if you don't know it, I think you'll become familiar with it quickly. You know what, I'm going to switch to my high G, just because, not that there aren't Hawaiian players that play low G, but it just feels even more traditional to play it on a high G instrument. So, and I happen to have one next to me from making a video this morning, so it's easy for me to switch over. So let's see, if this one doesn't go too fast. Oh, and it has a little nice tag ending. I love these kinds of tag endings where we'll play the C and then we'll do a down strum C, G, C. And you can do that in a lot of songs that are in this key, which is the key of C, that have that G7 in them. So you can add that tag on to other songs that you'd like if you want to. All right, so let's see, let's do it about this tempo. 1, 2, here's the intro. fit in one more. Just nobody say American Pie at this point. All right, I like American Pie, but we don't have time for it anymore.
Only if nobody else has a request, King of the Road to end, or Ripple, Ripple.
Let's do Ripple, only because it's slightly more popular in these jams, and so I
Yeah.
think more people will know it. But I love both those songs, and I think either one would have been a nice choice. And I didn't see anybody else leaping to unmute themselves or write in the chat, so I think that's a good suggestion. Let's do Ripple. Um, I don't mind if this becomes a frequent end of the jam song for us because I think it's a nice one. Because again, if you're a more advanced player, this is when you can customize any way you want. You can play a lot of different strums, you can add in chucking, you can pick it, you can do lots of different things. And if you're still playing at a very basic level, there, again, no shame in that, but you can keep it really simple for yourself, which I think makes this one a nice one for everybody. All right, so I'm going to play it with the regular island strum. And you can follow along or do your own thing. I'll stay on my high G here because I'm so often playing on low G these days. And let's just do a couple of G's for our intro. We'll do the G twice on whatever pattern you're playing, if it's about the same length as an island strum, that is. And then we will do, as we usually do, the outro verse where we just play the chords again but do la la la's instead of the lyrics. So you just look up to see the chords there. Oh, good. Renee also co-signs ending with Ripple, so I'm glad we're getting approval from our YouTube folks too. That's good. All right, so let's try it. Let's see, not too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, G. If my words did glow with the gold of sunshine and my tunes were played on the harp unstrung, would you hear my voice come through the music? Would you hold it near as it were your own? It's a handy great requests today. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. I'll say farewell, folks, to people over on YouTube. We do have 3 more of these coming up this month. 1 more for beginners, 2 for all levels. That'll be everyone on Zoom. So feel free to hop over to Patreon and check out the public post there if you want to join us. And I just thank you for joining us today and playing along or listening or requesting songs. It was really great to see you.